dipstick. Because the majority of them, you have to screw it back in, but on these you don't.
Okay, so you just do what now real quick?
You unscrew it.
Yes, and pull it up.
You pull it out and then you lay it back on there without screwing it back in, and then you check the oil level. Okay, a lot of them, like I said, it's the opposite. You screw it all the way in and then you pull it out and that's when you check it. Well, this one's you don't. Air filter.
That looks clean too.
It does. Okay. On and off.
Okay, I never touched that, so.
Okay.
Is it on?
Well, I mean, if you want to start it, turn it over, you know. There's also a breaker in there that if it's not putting any power, that's the first place to check. There's a breaker that's where my finger is. It's hard to see, but it is in there. Okay. And that's the first place to check. If the generator is running, you don't get no power inside, you go right there. Okay. And as far as intervals, as far as changing the oil, around 100 hours, every 100 hours. Okay. This is the plug to get access to the spark plug. That's fastened to the motor in there. Okay. That's what that's for. Oil drain. And that's pretty much it.
So when you push this button, it should have started?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not starting.
It's not going to because it's all gummy probably.
It could be, but I mean...
It would have started right there, right?
Well, I mean, it could be... I don't know how much fuel's in there. I don't know if any fuel's getting to it. I mean, I don't know if there's any ignition. I know it hardly has any hours, but...
okay, well, they haven't used it many, many years, so we're not too worried about it, I guess.
Okay.
So we get ready to have that carburetor checked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over here's your propane tank. This is right here.
Okay.
There is a on and off valve on this side. Okay. This is your main. Well, it's not your main, but this is. I guess it is the main on and off. You would call it.
Okay, you have it on now. Right?
Clockwise is off. Counterclockwise. If I turn it counterclockwise, it's on.
Now it's on.
Now it's on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And the way you work this, I know the valve has a lot of in between before it stops. Okay. What you want to do when you turn it on, you want to make sure it stops. It has what they call a double seat. It seats when it's shut, so it blocks all the fuel. But then also when you open it all the way, it has another seal. Okay. So you don't. The best thing to do is open it all the way instead of leaving it like in the middle. Okay.
Either all open or all the way.
Either all the way open or all the way shut. Yes.
Right. All or nothing. We're going to leave it open because we're going to light, right?
Well, it's up to you guys. I'm just going to show you how things work. I don't actually...
Oh, you don't do that?
No. That's another... That's what you have.
Okay, now when we start out in the morning, that needs to be off, right?
Yeah. And then this is your other...
Yeah, that's the easy one. You know, if you want a quick shut off of the fuel, then that's where you shut it off. This is what it does.
It needs to be up and down to be on.
Let's just say there.
It's off now because they put the...
Yeah, that's against the... Like you're saying, it has to go in line with the...
Okay.
And that is off right there.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, but the valve down there is on.
We need to turn that off. We're not going to do that here, I guess. I thought he was going to...
I mean, if you want me to check all your appliances and everything, they do have another program or another
We just want to know how to turn it on.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you, and then that's well.
You know, I know the fridge works, but I'm afraid to fire in the propane. I don't want to blow up. That's all. I don't want to pay $200 to make sure everything is okay, but we know the shower, we know that.
You know how to use the city water fill. This is if you have a part water, you hook it up there. And to me, right here, if you're hooked up to the city water, you can fill up your fresh water tank through this valve.
Okay. And that valve is open or closed?
It's closed right now.
Up is closed.
Okay. So when we're parked and plugged in, we'll want it open.
We'll want it...
Well, you want it the way it is right now.
Okay.
If you want to fill your reservoir tank before you leave, you'll open it up and you can fill your fresh water tank before you
Okay,
disconnect
this
your
way it
hose.
goes directly
Yes.
to the sink and everything, and it bypasses the tank.
Yeah, right now, see, we're pretending there's a hose hooked up and now you got water all inside.
Gotcha, okay.
But if you're getting ready to take off, you want some reserve water, you want to fill up your reserve tank, and that's when you open that, let it fill up, shut it, disconnect your hose, and now your tank's full.
Okay.
You know? And, well, this is for, in case wherever you go, you have they have a cable for you, that's where you hook it up.
Okay.
Okay. What else is in here?
The electricity thing, that we know how to plug that in.
Yeah, and it looks like your generator, when your generator is running, it must have an automatic transfer switch where if the generator is running, you don't have to plug nothing in, it automatically sends the power inside.
Okay.
Some of them have an actual outlet where you plug the cord in there to get power from the generator. I don't see that here, so I would imagine your generator is automatically transferred.
Okay.
And then, the only time you really use the generator is if you're stuck out someplace where you have no...
Boondocking.
Yeah, that's what they call it, boondocking, where there is no power source.
Because if you got electricity, there's no reason to use the generator.
The only thing I can tell you about the generator, just like we were talking about being gummed up, you do have to use it, but we do recommend at least once a month.
Once it gets
fixed,
yeah, you run it,
or else it'll happen again.
Yeah.
We get people in here, after a month, they get to replace the carburetor again, and that's like $300
Just turn it on and let it
Yeah.
run for an hour or something like that? Or?
Yeah, at least a half an hour, an hour just to run fresh fuel from the gas tank to there.
Okay, it uses our gas and our...
Yes,
right?
your regular...
It uses what?
Yes. And normally, there's a lot of times, normally it's supposed to be hooked up to where it's not going to run or can't suck any fuel from the gas tank below a quarter of a tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it has to have more than a quarter of a tank, yes.
And does it shut itself off then?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. It starves no
yes.
more fuel.
Yes. And, let's see. I'm not sure which one's which, but see your dump valves right here. It should be a gray.
Looks like the top one is replaced. It doesn't say Ballerita on the top.
Just actually don't see nothing, but one of them should be a gray. And I'm thinking this is going to be your black water, which is your toilet, and this is going to be the sinks in the shower.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't twist them, you just pull them
You pull on
out?
them, yes, you pull them straight out.
And they're in all the way now, right?
Well, feels like it, and I don't want to pull it.
Yeah, it'll dump.
Yeah.
But anyway, the way that thing works, you want to dump your black water first. Okay, you got your switch hose, which hooks up right there.
Is that looser than it should be, or are those tight generally? That one's loose, feel it.
Oh, that's because you have a hose in there.
Yeah, the hose is in there.
Yeah.
So it has to be loose. Okay.
Yeah,
that's normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that just keeps it from coming off.
Yep.
Okay.
And like I was saying, you want to dump the black water first, and then you use your gray water to somewhat flush the hose and everything. Versus the other way around.
And the black's the bottom. Okay.
Yes.
So do that first, and then rinse it like.
Yeah, with the gray water.
Gray water. That's just shower.
The gray water comes out the same hose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It all comes
and
out
it's
through
just
there.
your shower and your stuff like that, and that's the toilet.
And
then, what if we want to empty our water tank?
Those do it. Oh, okay.
This is your reserve tank. That's your fresh water.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you do. You take the cap off here, and you open the valve.
Okay.
And it just comes right out.
Can you drive while you're doing that?
Sure.
But
it's not black. You can't open these up.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to do that.
They'll catch you. They'll throw you in jail.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. And the biggest thing also as far as those tanks is you want them shut even though you have means of dumping the water out, okay? You want to make sure everything stays in there, and then when you're ready, when it's full, whatever, you come out of here and
Okay, so you don't open them up as you're sitting there on city water.
You have it connected first.
Well, when you're going to stay there for a day, he says keep those closed and only pull them out when you're ready to take off.
Well, especially the black one, because, I mean, you don't want the solids to stay in the tank. because they'll stay there.
Yeah.
Okay, you want everything else in
Rushed
there,
out,
so
yeah.
you know it stays liquefied and everything comes out.
Yeah.
Plus you have to have an amount of water in there in order to flush it properly.
Everything come out, yeah.
Okay, so...
Because we used to have rentals, and that's what they used to do. They used to open them while then they used
They're
to have,
using it.
they have to get the suction tank out here to pull everything out because it's all stuck.
Yeah.
And
You
this
don't wanna do
little portable water.
Okay, that's another fill. This is called a gravity-fed fill to your tank down there.
Oh.
So you have two means of filling it up.
Okay.
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 So that's nothing we
just
have to
another
do
way.
anything with. Huh?
Well, you just
Unless
open
you
it up,
wanna
you put a
put
hose in
water.
there, and you fill it in.
Uh-huh.
You know, but a lot of people like that because once you're hooked up, before you take off, you.
Well, this would be for the city water too.
Yeah.
So you can't use that for, that would just be...
That's to fill that tank, and that red valve over there is to fill that tank. So you have two means of filling that tank.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, everything here is just like any other
Car,
vehicle.
yeah.
So. Okay, any major questions in here? I mean,
we know that, well, you can explain this.
let's see this.
Battery, yeah.
And it's just basically everything.
That's my LP, so that's full because I got it filled up.
Your fresh water, which is your reservoir tank.
And that means it's empty, right?
Somewhat. It shows a little bit. Now, one thing about these gauges, they're not 100% accurate. You're going to have to get used to it as you go along.
If it's like this low, assume it might not have any.
Or the other way around, you know. You have to get used to them because they're not, like I said, 100% accurate. Just I get people that, hey, it's supposed to be this and it's not. Well, there's not much you can do about it. There's no adjustments to them. You know, they're already set.
How about black water? Does it show the black water?
Yes, right here, which
Gray,
it says holding.
That's the
Holding's the black water, and gray is your, like I said, the sinks in the shower.
Okay.
And like you see how it says holding instead of black. I mean, every
That's confusing to people.
yeah, everybody it's a little bit different, but they don't mean the same thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we know the fan works.
I know the fantastic fan works. I know the air conditioner works.
Okay, good.
It makes noise.
Yeah, that means. And this is your hour meter, like you were saying, as far as how many hours. Yeah, when it 100 hours. This is time to service the generator, and you got your, of course, your on and off just like down there at the generator.
And that's the porch light I've learned.
Okay. You familiar? I believe the shower pulls out and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw that, and the fuse box.
Yeah.
The fuse box on the shower or the toilet. Do you put water in it after you use it?
Okay, the toilet is supposed to retain water while it's in use, and that helps the waters from not coming up.
Okay.
A lot of toilets don't hold the water after a while, and the fumes just come through, and that's where there's something wrong with the toilet. But it's supposed to retain water on the toilet itself.
So when we get water when we're stopped and all hooked up to the water and the faucets work, then the toilet should get water in it.
Well, no, you manually flush it.
And then
once you let go,
then it'll fill.
And it'll leave a little bit of water in the toilet. And yeah, this is your 12-volt section. Your 110 section. Everything's pretty much labeled right here. I mean, as far as what it is, but this is of course the other.
And those are regular fuses you can get anywhere.
Car, automotive fuses.
All right.
And your LP detector. Let's do everything.
Empty.
Your storage.
Yeah. There's
your furnace.
Furnace.
Furnace. You're familiar with the furnace? You've got an on and off down here.
Is that turn on and off hard, or do you push it down?
It's kind of stiff. Okay.
All right.
But it is labeled. It says off and has a little arrow, which that is off right there.
Okay.
Is there a filter in that furnace?
No, there's not.
Okay.
Okay. And once you set your temperature where you want it, then you use your on and off. This way it stays where you already preset it. Instead of messing with that up there.
Okay.
And there is no filter. The only thing that should have a filter would be your air conditioner.
Okay.
Okay. And let's take a look at that.
This little door opens, I think.
missing a knob, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I tried to get one online, and they don't. Nobody don't make them anymore. I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they don't
That's
make
life, isn't
anymore,
it?
yeah.
We know we're over the hill when they don't make what we used to use.
I'm not sure it's easy. Yeah, I see it's up there. See the filter? I don't know if you need to take the screw off.
Yeah.
But see right there?
Uh-huh.
That's the filter. It comes off.
Okay.
I would imagine you probably need to take that off, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Probably could be washed off. Or
Yeah, you just rinse it off. This is a setup for your table.
Yep.
Your refrigerator, so you
We've
say you're
worked-
familiar with it. So.
Yeah, we.
works.
Yeah.
Now-
Is this vitally important? This little latch, or do they all break off?
Almost everything breaks on these things. But
I just wonder if it was important in keeping it.
Well, I'm not sure if you put weight on the door and when you're driving, if it'll open by itself, kind of a thing.
We haven't noticed that.
No.
You shouldn't, but
Uh-huh.
you know,
Okay.
it's just a little latch.
Yeah, to keep it a little more secure.
And then when we try this, you just
on the propane, Carol, you're saying?
yeah, on the propane, you have to put this to
Where it says gas, that's what
gas,
right there.
and then you just push that,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You
the
hold
green.
this, and then you snap it. Just throw in a spark to light the fire, and this is where it's going to tell you if once it's lit, it goes over to the green. You keep on holding that for a while, until eventually, once you let go, it'll stay on the green.
And then to turn it off, you just off.
And stop.
Okay, so that would be a safe way to check to see if the propane's working then, right? It won't go on if it's not getting the propane.
Okay, and the easiest thing to do when you start off with your propane is light your stove.
First,
Yes.
okay.
Because it's immediate.
Yeah, and what happens is when it sits, especially when it sits for a while, air tends to get in the line, and you need to bleed that air out. Okay, and the easiest way and the biggest flame is going to be your stove.
Uh-huh.
Because this one has a little tiny little burner, a little flame. Well, if there's a lot of air in there, it's going to take forever to bleed that air out of there. So the fastest way is start off with your stove, and then you can light. You know,
All right, and then
everything
how
else.
do you go about doing that?
Just turn it on and put a
You
match
take
in
this
it.
off?
No. This is you need. I like those long
Matches?
nose, the lighters actually.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, you just turn it.
And put it right here?
Yes.
You don't have to put it down?
No.
Okay.
It's all right there.
All right there, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
And what's that, each
Yeah.
one's separate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these don't have a pilot or nothing. so-
Yeah,
Okay.
right, left, huh?
Yep.
Okay, now on the refrigerator, we had it leveled and it's working fine.